Hello everyone, welcome to our Tea Club. You're just in time because we're about to start something very exciting today. So why don't you join us? Let's go. Hello Tolonai. So tell us, what are we doing today?
Hi Aigirim. Hi everyone. We are thrilled to continue our series of STEM mini lessons. And today we invite you to our mystery box activity.
Oh, mystery box, yes. So today we'll try to show you how you can actually flip your classroom and make it more student-centered. Basically, we will show you how students can learn by doing an exciting activity, by playing games.
Wouldn't that be exciting? You'll find out more in our demo lesson. And while you're watching, ask yourself the following questions. What is the purpose of this activity? What do the students do in this lesson? And what is their role?
Okay, with this in mind, we invite you to our class.
We hope you'll enjoy watching it, and we'll see how we play it all out.
Well, guys, welcome to our lesson. Thank you so much for coming today.
Today we're gonna talk about presents. Imagine that you, tomorrow is your birthday, and you see a present wrapped under the couch. You really want to know what's inside, but you can't open it until tomorrow. So what can you do to find out what's inside?
Look at the shape of the...
Okay.
With X-ray.
With X-ray? Okay.
We can think about what is inside.
Sorry, what?
We can think about what is inside.
Okay, how can you think?
Imagine something.
Okay,
Okay.
use imagination.
So are you just going to look at it, or are you going to touch it, feel it? Okay,
Shake
take
it.
the present, shake it, okay.
Okay, so that's what we will be doing today. You need to answer the question, what's inside the jar?
Okay. Today we're going to work in pairs. So you two together, and you three together, okay? Your main task for today will be to answer to the question, what's inside the jar, okay? Each group will receive an observation sheet with 4 columns, 4 boxes, okay? And a sticky note. Inside the box, you can write anything, any assumptions, any guesses. But after you have finished, writing all the things that come to your mind, you're going to work together with your partners and choose one object that you think, okay? And write it on a sticky note, okay? So for example, Beksultan and Adema, we have a big list of things that could be inside, okay? And then we discuss together and then say, okay, let's think that this is an egg or what?
Kinder toy.
Or Kinder toy, right? Because this could be like the shape, the sound, and etc. And you write Kinder toy on a sticky note, okay? For each jar, you will have 5 minutes. So in this 5 minutes, you need to analyze it, maybe shake it, maybe smell it, doesn't matter. Investigate, basically, okay? And after you hear me clap, you switch the jar and you move on to the next one. All right? Okay.
Is everyone done with their investigations? Yes. Do you all have one item on your sticky notes for each box?
Yes.
Okay. Can you please take your sticky notes and put them in the boxes?
It seems like we all have some similar ideas. Like for the jar 4, we have coffee and coffee. For the jar 1, you all think that it's a ball. That's great. Now, can I ask you to write all the things that helped you to come up with this idea, all the skills that you use. So what did you do in order to find out what's inside the box. Now let's discuss it in the whole class. So Aygirim is saying that keys cannot fit into this small jar. What is your opinion? Why do you think that it's not keys but it's a necklace or coins?
But keys also can be small.
Argument? Yes,
It is that
Mahsad?
it is necklace because it has the sound that there is something big and the chains.
Mm-hmm. So it's something connected to each other.
Yes.
That's why you assume it's a necklace. Okay, and who wrote coins?
We wrote. It sounds like coins, I think, because it's made from metal or this type of material.
Okay, and is there only one or multiple?
I think only one.
One coin
No.
in the jar.
Multiple.
No.
There was a lot.
Yes,
Okay.
but necklace and case all was from metal.
Exactly. So you all agree that it's something metal, right?
Yes.
Okay, because you probably think that it has the corresponding sound to it, right? Okay, that's interesting.
Where did one go?
Here.
Ah.
Sorry.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Now we want you to look at box number 3 and 4, and try to discuss if you agree with each other's ideas or not. Okay.
Okay, it says toy,
Toy.
ball with a rope, and daisies. You mean daisies like flowers, right?
No. It's like when we play some games, we throw.
Dice.
Dices.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was definitely a ball in it. Because it was jumping too.
Mm-hmm.
But there was also some item in it too.
Okay, something attached to a ball, you
Yes,
mean?
yeah.
Uh-huh. And why did you
Toy,
say?
it's like, some Chinese toys inside of some little small ball, and it's have a lightning sound when you shake it.
Uh-huh. Wow.
We think like it can be.
You have a very good imagination.
Yeah.
Okay.
So why do you think it's some kind of toy, and you're mentioning a Chinese specific toy? Why?
Because it feels like not 100% silicon and not 100% plasma. It's kind of medium of them.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And it's rolling, and Adema say like this, and I think it can be,
Mm-hmm.
but not 100%, of course.
Okay, that's great. So Big Sultan here has a point. He says that it's not metal and it's not plastic, so something in between.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you agree about the material or not?
I think it's
Some kind of metal, I think.
It's more metal, okay.
Because it has this sound, it's a metal.
Okay.
Plasma.
but I
Plastic.
understand that it's toy with
Mhm.
maybe it can be ball
Mhm.
with placed inside, and inside is some
Uh-huh.
another ball.
Uh-huh. Okay, good guess. Let's talk about dice. Why do you think it's like it has dice inside?
Because it's made from some material, like Big Sultan said, it's not material from metal or it's not from plastic, it's
Mhm.
something between these.
Mm-hmm. So your guess is
it's
it's a dice.
And
Okay.
also it don't roll, and that's why we think that it's like
Mm.
dice.
Uh-huh. Okay,
Okay.
good. And how about jar 4? It says sugar, coffee, and coffee.
Sugar, because it feels like sand and little pieces. Coffee have a bigger, I think.
I think that it's
But-
coffee because it smelled like coffee.
No.
Yes, it smells like
You smell it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, did you use smell for this?
No.
Okay, good job, the other groups. All right, but you both agree that it's coffee, 100%.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
that's good. So you have a consensus there.
That's interesting. So, do you know what you guys did right now when you were investigating, smelling, touching, listening to the sounds?
We get.
Right. How did you work as home?
Team.
As
Team?
as team? Okay, but there's a profession in the world that
Scientist.
scientists, right? So do you think that scientists can answer to the questions for 100%? So what's inside the jar? Are you for 100% sure that it's a necklace or coffee or dice?
No, it was
No.
No,
hypothetical.
but you're just
Yes.
guessing, right? Okay, but guessing out of the blue or based on something else?
Based
Something else.
Based on what?
On smelling
on
and
shape, on material.
On data, right? On your evidence.
On
So it's not just like, oh, I think it's dice, but you made a lot of observations. You wrote a lot of things here. You collected a lot of data, right? But even with this data, are you still 100% sure that it's something that you wrote here? No.
No.
Right. So this is what real scientists do in real world. So they collect data, they investigate, they have the question, but can it be for like true for 100%?
No.
No, it's true until someone else proves that it's wrong, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what real scientists do in real world.
Right. And do you have any questions for us?
No.
What is inside? We cannot tell you, and you cannot open them, and you cannot find out.
So we don't know, and you won't know as well.
why?
It will be secret, yeah, from the end of the life.
Yeah.
No, but it's going to be, again, we said real scientists do that. They can't fully answer to the question for 100%. They just
Yeah.
collect the data, they base their feelings. For example, you're saying that no, it's for sure coffee because you can smell the coffee, right? But are you for 100% sure? No. But it can be coffee until someone else proves that no, it's not coffee, it's sugar because, and then, he or she provides more evidence and, your observation might be wrong for that. Okay?
So now we'd like to know what was your experience with this activity. So we have 4 different questions in different parts. So please think about the answers and stick them to every note. So what did you find worrisome about this lesson? Or what else do you feel like you need to know? What was exciting about this lesson? And what are your thoughts about science? Okay? So you can just write them down, stick it, and do the same with the all other 4s.
If you want, you can walk around. You feel free to walk around, read the question, and try to answer to it. So we want to hear your thoughts. How did you feel when you were doing the mystery jars, activity? Okay. So for now, look at the questions. Make sure you understand them all.
What is worrisome?
Okay. Does anyone know what's worrisome?
No.
Something that worries you. For example, I'm worried about my child being sick, for example.
Sick.
Yeah. Or
I'm worried about my exam tomorrow.
Yeah, I have an exam tomorrow and I'm worried about it. Or I need to buy bread, but I don't have enough money for that.
But
Okay, so
about this lesson, worrisome. I'm worried that I can't play Lego like this for robotics.
Okay, so let's say
okay, let's change
challenging.
challenging.
Or-
What was challenging?
Challenging?
Yes.
Right. What was difficult for you in this lesson?
Okay, understood.
Okay.
All right. If you want, you can walk around and stick your answers. All right, guys, so why don't we sum up today's lesson? Can you please tell us what did you learn from today? Or what are your feelings about today?
Some words.
Okay, some words.
It's really hard to guess what's the
Inside the jar.
the scenes
Mhm.
without looking at it.
Mm-hmm. Do you think you were able to answer to the question, what's inside the jar?
Maybe.
Maybe, right? Right, and I think that's completely okay when you're not sure what was, if you were right or wrong. because that happens in real life with, you know, real labs.
And even if you are not a lab researcher, let's say you can be a researcher in any other field. And there are so many unanswered questions that you can pursue once you start your professional careers. Okay?
Science
Yes.
does a really good and interesting job.
It does sound like it.
Right.
Hard.
And it's challenging, right?
And today we also practice English very good, I think.
All right. We hope that you enjoyed today's lesson, and
Yes.
see you next time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
See you
Bye-bye.
later. Bye. Thanks for listening.
Okay. Here we are again. Let's see what kind of notes you made. So take a few moments to recall our demo lesson and answer to the following questions.
Yes. What was the purpose of this activity? What did the students do during the lesson, and what was their role?
So, Tolunay, why don't we start discussing the first question? What was the purpose of the activity?
Yeah, the aim of this activity was to answer the question, what's inside the jars, without opening them. And it's a great example of inquiry-based learning. Basically, it's an approach where the whole lesson is designed around one question that students try to answer with a hands-on activity.
Yeah, so tell me now, why inquiry-based learning? Why should we use it? Instead of just coming to the lesson and saying, here are the things, follow me, listen to me carefully, and do this, this, and that. Instead of doing that, why should we use inquiry-based learning?
We don't do it because we want our students to learn through practice, through analyzing, observing, and coming to conclusions. We create context and space for them and encourage them to ask questions, share their ideas, work in teams, and or at least we can try to create those conditions. And that's our educational goal. Okay, Aygirem, why don't we move on to the next question?
Sure.
And what do the students do in this lesson, and what's their role?
So as you can see, our students needed to answer to the question, what's inside the jar? They had the observation sheets where they recorded all of their ideas they had in the group by looking and investigating the jars, by shaking them, by smelling them, by touching them and rolling them, trying to figure out what different sounds do these jars make. So they're able to come up to one final conclusion that they shared later with the whole group. So the main purpose of this activity was to show the students that this is the way real scientists work in real life labs. So they were not able to find out what was inside the jar, and that's what real scientists do in real in real conditions.
We also asked students to reflect on the skills and processes that they went through to identify what was in the boxes, and it's a good reflection. For example, they said we shaked it, we smelled it, or we guessed the materials. So it's good to activate their prior knowledge also in this activity. And as an extension, we asked students to relate this to real life situations.
And they also had a chance to debate with each other and try to convince each other why they think that, the jar number 2 has a key or coin, They were all, as you noticed, had similar opinions that, it was made of metal, but the size and the shape of the objects were different. And this was important for us to show that the real scientists in real life, as they argue with each other as well. And we also pointed out that we cannot fully find an answer to a question. So it can be unanswered, but their answers are based on their investigations that they had written on the observation sheets. And as a concluding activity, as you noticed, we did compass points. So Tolunay, why don't you share and tell us why to do compass points at the end?
Yeah, it's basically a good reflection on the learning process that students do, and they can look at the question from different perspectives. For example, what information they want to know more, or what maybe their stance on ideas have changed after the lesson.
Right, and this also worked as a great assessment tool. So for us, it was very important to hear our students' voices, to see what they think about the activity, if they liked it or not, if they found it difficult or not, or to find out more like what else do we need to do to help them better understand the topic. So in today's lesson, we did not teach any content, but in real life classroom, if you're teaching biology or chemistry or physics, you can see what do the students do, to what conclusion they come, and then based on their answers, you can build and design your lesson where you teach the content that you wanted to teach them by making them answer the question.
To recap what we have discussed today, inquiry-based learning is a powerful tool to teach STEM integrated lessons in your classes.
And it also allows your students to take the responsibility for their own learning. And they actually learn by exploring, by doing, by playing, by having fun. And that's the main focus of our teaching, right? I mean, isn't it fun to learn while still enjoying the process?
To recap what we have discussed today, inquiry-based learning is a powerful tool to use in your STEM integrated lessons. Most importantly, don't forget that inquiry-based lesson starts with an unanswered question, where students have a chance to evaluate, observe, and come to a conclusion.
And it's a great way to make your lessons more student-centered. Basically, you give your students an opportunity to take control of their own learning by, observing, by analyzing, by listening, by exploring and investigating. And isn't it fun to, learn while doing something that you really enjoy?
Don't be afraid to experiment with inquiry-based learning because it can be really much more fun than you can expect it.
And don't forget to share it with us using Lingua's Facebook or Instagram pages. We would love to hear your stories.
We hope you enjoyed this lesson.
And see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.